Hello. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone. So let's see. How bad did I do? I was just a minute, just 1 minute off. So that's pretty good. You all know that my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And so I am so excited about tonight's live because tonight's live is going to be live. Okay. So first I'll tell you about this. So I got it in my, look, I've already got it open to talk to you about it. And then after that, Carla Williams is going to join us. And I'm going to give you her bio. I have her bio right here. I'm going to tell you about her. And she's going to come on and she's going to help our business owners find their people. Like, wouldn't it be nice to know who wants your services and are willing to pay for it? Yeah, that'd be great, right? Because what I've learned is if you're marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one, because the studies say that when you're marketing to 100% of everyone, only 18 to 22% of those people actually want your product and will pay the money that you want for it. So wouldn't it be better to spend 100% of your marketing budget marketing to those 18 to 22% of people who want your product, right? That way you can invest and start seeing a return on your investment very quickly, much quicker than if you're marketing to everybody. So we're going to talk about that with Carla. But now I want to introduce you. So I told you I was going to open this and see, I have it open. So we're going to talk about African Ancestry, which started in 2003. And so long before there was an Ancestry.com and a me and what is it, 23andMe? Yeah, 23andMe and Ancestry.com DNA, there was African Ancestry. African Ancestry not only tells you what country, like the other two can tell you that you're African, and they can tell you up to the country that you come from. What they have is over 2,000 markers that can pinpoint what part of Africa you as an African American comes from, right? But the African Ancestry, they can actually tell you down to the tribe of people. So where the other two have over 2,000 markers to put your DNA against as an African American, African Ancestry has over 33,000 markers. Over 33,000 markers. And for that reason, they can actually, hey Marshawn, and for that reason, they can actually not only tell you what country you come from in Africa, they can also tell you for your paternal side and your maternal side, right? Your mom and your dad, they can tell you where their people come from up to 5 generations back. Isn't that powerful? I did the Ancestry.com test first. And it told me Cameroon. And some of you know that I'm going to Cameroon because I want to not just go to speak. I actually want to have impact. I'm taking 50 pounds of books, and I'm also taking money to help build a library onto the free tuition school that my hostess, Rael Randy, is building in Cameroon. So part of me going there is to be a blessing, but also to connect with my heritage, because my Ancestry.com DNA says that 40% of my bloodline comes from Cameroon, right? So I'm all about this genealogy and learning where we come from. I think that some of the ills in our society happen because we really don't know where we come from. We were the first, Gina Page, which is one of the doctors, her and Dr. Kittle are the two African-American scientists that started African Ancestry. And so this is a real company that's been around since 2003. Oprah, the guy that played Chadwick Boseman that played on the Black Panthers, they all done theirs. You know, a lot of celebrities have done theirs to find out where did they come from. And what we're finding is there's some commonalities in people who didn't know that they came from like the same tribe of people. Isn't that wonderful? I was watching one of the videos, and one of the young ladies, her bloodline runs parallel to Coretta Scott King. Wow. You know, so I can't wait. So I opened this because I want to show you what it's like. And I want to encourage you to look into your ancestry, like find out where you come from. One of the most impactful things in my entire life was when I found out that Lorinda and Sedge Taylor came from President Taylor's sister's sugarcane farm as slaves in Plaquemines, Louisiana. That's where they were slaves at. When they were given their freedom, they set up residence in Kenner, Louisiana, which is outside of New Orleans. And that's where my father was born. My father was born in Kenner. My great-grandmother, actually, her and her husband, Sedge, they actually owned property and were business owners. They did boarding houses. And so it was, once I read that myself, that's why I own property and that's why I own a business, is because I come from people who are business owners and property owners, so why shouldn't I own the same things as my ancestors? And so that shirt that I had on yesterday, I'm busy making my ancestors proud. I'm continuing the legacy that my great grandparents had. Like I've been able to go that far back on my dad's side. So this is going to help me to go, hey Joel, this is going to help me to go back on my mom's side, because I'm doing both of the tests. I'm doing the mother side first. So this is the card that's in there, and it says Real Answers identifies your present day African country of heritage. It's 100% black owned since 2003. It employs black geneticists and staff. It works with black owned vendors. It has community first. We travel the country to increase genetic literacy. Your genetic information is completely confidential, and the results apply to many family members in the same family. It said they own the largest database for African lineage. And it says it identifies the African ethnic groups. So this card, I'm ecstatic. So I opened this because I'm going to show you what it is. So it has a thank you card in it. And this is so it tells you that it's for your mate. So they have two tests they give. One is for your mother's side of your family, and the other is for your father's side of the family. So you can actually trail back both sides of your DNA. They use the Y chromosome to follow your father back. But you can actually, it's interesting to hear Dr. Page talk, and I've been in her presence, but to hear her talk, and here's something that you won't find anywhere else here. I am actually bringing Dr. Page here in January. Okay? I'm bringing her to Chattanooga. So she's agreed to come to Chattanooga. So you're going to see some events and things to support that. But she is the co-founder of Ancestry.com. So she's coming to Chattanooga. Hey, she said yes. So I'm actually bringing her and Freddie Taylor, and I don't even have him in here with me. I'll make sure I have him next week. But I actually have a pack of the Black History cards that Freddie Taylor does, and he does that because he wants to make sure that we know the part of Black history that didn't make it to the American history books. So he has like flashcards to help young people learn about Black history. So I bought that too. I'm all into this stuff. I love it. So there's a thank you card, and it says, thank you for your order. We are honored that you have chosen African Ancestry to take this journey of discovery with you. So in here, this is the test kit that I purchased so that I can do it. And so they have these swabs. And I'm not going to do this on air, but I'll show you what's in it. But they have these swabs that I'm to swab my mouth with. And then I'm to mail them back to them. And then there's a form for me to complete. And there's a stamped envelope to put it all in. And then this talks about, it tells you in this brochure, it tells you about the difference between your mother and your father's DNA. So I think it's worth it. I think learning where you come from is empowering. Like I said, the pivotal moment in my life was when I learned about Sedge and Lorinda Taylor, my great-grandparents, because they were deceased by the time I came along. So it helped me to understand, how did I get to have people in New Orleans? Like, I knew I had a whole family there, but I didn't understand how they became my relatives. And so in doing my genealogy, I found out about them. And even on my mom's side, I've been able to do some, but I have nothing to compare to this, to go back and find out where my mother's tribe was. That is going to be phenomenal. So you stay tuned to this, and I am going to show you the results of where my mother came from. When I get it back, I'm going to do the swab test after I finish this. I'm going to finish reading the literature, and I'm going to do the swab test, these right here. and I'm going to mail them back, and then I'll tell you when the results came back. Like, I ordered this one weekend, and before the end of that next week, the kit was here. I was surprised to see it. I thought it would take longer because it took me a long time to get the other one, but it didn't take no time. I mean, in a few days, I had my kit. So you can go to AfricanAncestry.com to order your kit, like I did. This is the mother's part, and I'm going to take the father's part too. So with that said, let me go and see if our guest is here. So I want to tell you, and she's not on yet. Let me turn it on. Guest request. Me and technology, I tell you guys, I used to be so good at this stuff, and now it's just craziness. But so that ends the part about the ancestry. So I encourage everyone, like, when you want to know where your people came from, you know, like I said, Dr. Page says we are the first victims of identity theft because as African Americans, when our forefathers came, it cut us off from our lineage as far as where we come from. And so I think that the more we learn about where we come from will explain some of the things that we're actually incurring present day, and it's going to help us to be more empowered for our kids and for our children and everyone. So my guest is here. She told me she's here. So let me tell you about my guest. My guest is Miss Carla Williams, and I'm going to read you her bio. So her bio says the combination of versatile career portfolio, strong academic credentials, and a tenacious industry savvy has enabled Carla to expand her entrepreneur ventures beyond the trend-setting sports scene of New York to the sensational red carpet galas of Hollywood. Her multifaceted experiences include establishing relationships in Fortune 500 companies. She's marquee athletes and celebrities. She is an she has worked with industry titans and global leaders. Carla Williams has over 15 years of experience working foundations in strategic and creative marketing, branding, sales, and business development, corporate sponsorship, promotions, event management, and public relations and social media for companies and clients such as ESPN, ABC Sports, 20th Century Fox, Burger King, ExxonMobil, Los Angeles Sparks, BASF, and Lenovo, the computer people. She has masterminded successful marketing campaigns for partners such as the NFL, the NBA, the WNBA, NASCAR, 7-Eleven, Sony Pictures, and Microsoft. Her robust involvement with these marketing campaigns always exceed her clients and her company's expectation. Her forte is work excellence, professionalism, and brand enhancement. Carla is nationally recognized for utilizing strategic thinking, keen insight of emerging markets and opportunities, consumer responsiveness, and strong analysis to accomplish brand objectives and to drive revenue through marketing, sales, product and business development, and organizational effectiveness. As a female entrepreneur, Carla has founded and co-founded companies including the J. Daniels Group, which is a strategic marketing agency, the Timeless Photojournalism, which is a fine arts and editorial photography business, Glamour and Glue, which is a lifestyle brand and blog, and most recently, Courses by Carla, which is an online course for solopreneurs and business owners. Carla holds an MBA from UCLA Anderson School of Management and Marketing and a BS in North Carolina State University in Chemical Engineering, where she graduated cum laude from both educational institutions. Adding to her list of accomplishments, she also served as an adjunct marketing and business faculty for the University of Phoenix and currently holds the same role for the University of Mount Olive. As a member of the Greater Raleigh Chamber of Commerce, Carla participated in 26 leadership Raleigh programs preparing leaders for tomorrow. As a capstone into the program, Carla has not only nominated but was selected as the most spirited during the 26th Leadership Raleigh program. So, excuse me, she was born and raised in Winston, North Carolina. She currently resides in Wake Forest, North Carolina, with her husband, Christopher, with a K, and their two daughters, Reagan and Andre. One is 6, the other is 2. In her spare time, Carla enjoys serving at her church, volunteering, playing tennis, traveling the world, photography, and lifestyle blogging at Glamour and Glue. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to add her. You know, we go through this. Joel is on here. So, Joel, you're a witness. This thing acts quanky. It's just craziness. So, keep going. It keeps adding people slow for me to add. Carla, if you'll send me a request, I may be able to bring you in. This thing acts, we don't even know. We don't know why it does what it does, or it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. We know that. So I'm waiting for her. If she'll send me, Carla, please send me an invite. And then that way I can bring you in, because it's not showing me your name in my list of viewers. But while we're talking about that, she's going to help you, because number 3 reason that people said that, and another thing is we don't know why. So if you're on a laptop, I won't be able to see you. I can only see you if you're on your phone. So that may be another thing I need to tell you. I don't know why. We don't know. But Facebook did an upgrade. And when they did that upgrade, it caused everything that we knew about live, it caused it to run amok. So we don't even know. Great. So she's coming. Just hang on in there with me, guys. But if you know someone who could use some marketing advice, like if you have business friends, go ahead and share this live with them, because they're not going to want to miss this. Go ahead and share this on your page and share it with your business friends so that they can actually get the information too. So we're going to see if it's going to allow it. I'm still, because honey, this is being, Joel can attest to, when he was on with me a few weeks ago, it did something quick. I don't know why it doesn't show the person. Now, Joel is on here bright with ad, but that day we couldn't get him on to save our lives. And then, Danielle, I see your ad for you, but I don't see an ad for my guest. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know what this is doing. But I'll wait, because sometimes it takes a minute to catch up. So, yeah. So while we're talking about that, go ahead. Do you have any questions for Carla as far as your marketing? Like, if you're a business owner, what are some of the challenges you've ran into marketing? Like, what are some of the things that you're running into as you try to market your business? Or are there any challenges? Do you have any challenges that you're running into? What is the number one thing you said? Because what I heard from the people I surveyed is that they are unable to find their people. And so, okay, let me do that. And so for them, it was hard for them to keep their business going, because they couldn't find their people. They couldn't find the people they needed in order to operate their business effectively, to create a constant stream of revenue, right? But that's very important if you are a small business. Like, the whole game is revenue, right? How can you find the people that want to pay for the services that you are giving? So that's the thing is, if you have questions, how many of you know who your avatar is? Let's start there. Because what I find is a lot of time people don't even realize that they should create an avatar, right? I talk to clients all the time, and I tell them, who is your ideal customer? And they say, little girls. My favorite one, the one I share with you guys a lot, is the shoe people, right? My shoe people, I love you, I love you, I love you. But my shoe people will say, well, I'm marketing to everybody because everybody has feet. And while that is a true statement, but it's not an effective statement, right? Because you can market to everybody, but everybody don't like Jordans. Like, I don't like Jordans. I have a pair of Reeboks and a pair of New Balance. and I'm not really a gym shoe kind of person. So for me, Jordans, they can go on sale all day and all night, and I promise you, I will not be out in the parking lot or standing in line or any of that. There she is. So it's bringing you through, Carla. You're coming, Lord. You're coming slowly but surely. I can now see your name. So if you can send me a request, an invite at the bottom of your screen, that should be a. It didn't come through. I know you sent it before, but it was before I added you as a friend. So if you'll send it again, then let's see if it'll come through. I do know that it's a timely process, that it takes a minute to catch up. So it's highly frustrating, but this is Facebook Live as we know it when you're trying to do interviews with more than one person. Like coming on yourself is the easy thing. But when you're trying to do a live and incorporate other people, that's when it becomes a little bit sticky. But yes, so do you all have any questions that you want her to answer? Like, want to make sure that we're adding value to your time while you're with us. So if you have questions about marketing, here's your opportunity to get your questions answered. Again, most people don't know that they should have an avatar. And an avatar is basically you saying, this is who my ideal customer is. This is the person that will not only pay me, not only want what I have, but they'll actually pay me for it. They'll pay me because they understand the value of it. So who is that person that you have your business is marketing toward? Or do you have that person? It's important for you to have that information. Let me try it again. I can see her name, but I can't add her in. So frustrating. It's giving me everybody but her. You gotta love it. And I know it's not just me. I did a live the other day, and it did me the exact same way, right? And plus they were having a storm. So when I did the live with the young lady in North Carolina the other day, went through the same thing with her, and I'm like, oh baby. She was like, please, 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 I'm so sorry, and she was apologetic. But I told her I go through this every Sunday when I'm trying to get people on. It's crazy. Facebook needs to fix this. Whatever's went wrong with the upgrade, they need to go ahead and fix it, because this is not cool. This is not cool at all. And please don't leave. I promise you, she's waiting to answer your questions. If you check in the verbiage there, you'll see that she says, I'm here. So she is here, and my Facebook is telling me she's here, but it's not letting me add her as it should. So yeah, this is craziness. Craziness. I'm trying to bring her in for you, Stephanie. Stephanie and I talked earlier, and she was excited about Carla coming. There, now we have an ad. Finally, good gravy. Woo, finally. I don't know why Facebook did it. Oh my goodness! I think we made it. I don't know. Was it crazy? Oh my goodness! I don't know. Was it crazy? Oh my goodness! I'm getting some feedback around you. I think you have some sources on. I'm confused. I can't hear you. There you go. Now it froze her. We love technology. Technology is wonderful. It is so wonderful until it's not. And then it becomes a problem. So see, she's frozen. So she's here. I told you she was coming, and she is definitely here. But Facebook is a trip. I don't know. I have no idea. Now it has a friend. It's crazy. It's So we have to start all over. This technology right here, I tell you what, it'll have your blood pressure rolling. It will have your blood pressure rolling, but the information is so impactful because it's going to help you with your businesses. Hey, Xenia, it's going to help you with your business. It's going to help you find your customers, and so that's why I keep pushing through, even when I have technical problems like the one I'm having right now. Is because I know that once she gets on, she's going to bring you the information you need in order to build your business. I'm all about startups. I'm all about giving you tools and giving you access to information that's going to make you better. So, even though I mean, she saw it. It's acting like it acts. So I hope, Carla, if you can hear me, dear heart, send me another invite and let's start over from ground zero. That's how it works. We don't know why. It worked perfect before Facebook did their upgrade. When they did their upgrade, they just sent everybody all craziness. So we just deal with it where it's at. It's a free platform, so what can you say? You can do it freely. So it's not like you have to pay. I'm paying for Zoom, and Zoom is not working with it now because now everybody that was connected to Facebook no longer is connected to Facebook. So so it is just a hoot. It is really just a hoot. But if you hang in here with us, you're going to get the information because when you see she is here, she's here to give you the information, and she is just as passionate about small businesses as I am. The people that I'm bringing to you every Sunday at 7 o'clock on the Business Plugs Mixer, these are people who are experts in the industry that they're in. It came through, so it's adding you again, girl. But these are the people who are active in the business marketplace. They actually are business owners, and they are actually specialists in what they do. Her specialty is marketing, and if you don't have your avatar, if you don't know where your customers are, then she's going to give you some information to help you find your customers. It says that it's adding you, and I do know that process takes a minute. So, then it went away. It said it was adding her, and then it went away. It's craziness. It is crazy. It took her back out. Now let me try to add her again. So now I say it's adding her. On my side, I can see it blinking.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Connected. There you are. Girl.
Listen, we were on the call, and let me just tell you, I was trying to get in, and literally, like, the our internet and our lights went out in the house. So between Facebook and Duke Energy, something's not going well, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay.
You know what? I truly believe that when this happens, it's because somebody's getting ready to be blessed.
Yep, I totally agree. We can't.
And so I pushed through all the technical issues, and we just keep going.
That's right. That's right. So let me just say thank you so much for having me on. It's an honor to share this platform with you and to share this time with your guests. I have a simple story. I'm a girl, born and raised in a small town in Wilson. I always wanted to make my parents proud. So you do what? You go to school, you get good grades, and you go to college, right? And
Right.
so share with me earlier that some of your guests and some of your audience, they're, business owners, they're startups. And so my dad is actually an entrepreneur, but my mom is 40 years in nursing. So she's been an employer, true and true. And so I am like a hybrid of both of them. But when I was in high school, I said, I want to go to college, and I was good in math and science, but my passion, I didn't discover my passion until very late. And so got good grades in math, got good grades in science. So what did they tell you to do? They tell you to go and get a degree in engineering. So I went to NC State, as you mentioned on the bio, got a degree in chemical engineering, hated life, took a job right out of college for the money with a great company, ExxonMobil. And I just, in my heart, I knew there had to be more. I knew there had to be more. I said, there's no way people are going through life not loving their job. So I remember very vividly, Linda, I was sitting in my bed, and this is when I had a job where I worked from home 3 to 4 days a week, but I was traveling a lot because it was a sales position. So I remember waking up one morning, a Friday morning, and this was my day to be at home. And I was literally bawling. I was in tears because I just hated my job that much, but I couldn't tell my mom. You know, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I want to make my parents proud, but I, you know, have this great job at this great company, making really good money. And I decided I just couldn't live life not at least seeking my passion. And so I remember calling my mom. It's like, look, this has been great. I've enjoyed this experience, but I could not keep working at this company, and not, you know, great company, but it was not my passion.
Right.
However, through a series of working for ExxonMobil, I began doing marketing partnerships with NASCAR. And as we started doing these sports programs, these sports sponsorships, I remember thinking to myself, now this is a part of the job that I do like. And so I kept working, and I did really well in the job. But again, just because you are good at something, that doesn't mean it's your passion. And so then I remember thinking to myself, well, I'll just go back to school. And I'll get my MBA in marketing, because I realized through this journey of working at ExxonMobil, I enjoyed marketing. So I was like, let me go and do this. Let me go back, get an MBA in marketing. And that's what I did. And so once I completely quit my job. I was like, I just can't do it. And quit my job, studied for the GMAT, went to UCLA, moved to, you know, I was already in California working because that was where I was located for ExxonMobil. I stayed out there, went to school, and I told everybody that I knew that I wanted to get a job working in sports marketing. And you read my bio, but that's how I got a job at ESPN. That's how I got a job working with the WNBA Sparks. I told people while I was in business school, I was like, I want to do sports marketing. So I networked. I told people, everybody that I met, I told them, they would say, hey, what do you want to do when you get your degree? And so I would share that with whoever was listening or that did listen.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So I was in LA. I had a chance to work for 20th Century Fox as an intern, working in their digital marketing department. And just continued to build my resume, build my portfolio from there. Worked in corporate for almost 15 years. Had a lot of different companies, worked for Lenovo. But again, when you're working, my mom is an employer, my dad is an entrepreneur. So I'm at this place in my life where I'm like, it's been great. You know, corporate America has been great to me, but there is more that I can give. You know, there's that thing that kind of keeps you up at night, and you're just like, what is it? So I finally identified that I enjoy the entrepreneurial side of my background came out. And so I started a marketing agency. I had clients that wanted to help. They were willing to pay me to help them with their business ideas. They had a business idea. They needed to market it. They didn't know exactly how to. You spoke earlier about avatars, right?
Yes.
And they didn't know how to exactly identify who their customer or who their target audience was. So I told them I could help. So started the agency, built the clients up. And with that, I moved back to North Carolina, which is where I live now. And I procrastinated. We talked on the phone, before this about fear and procrastination.
Yeah.
So 10 years, Linda, for 10 years, I allowed fear to overwhelm me and to overtake another passion of mine. And I don't necessarily believe that your only purpose to do one thing in life.
No.
It's never hard.
Absolutely, but there's
always thing.
Right. Do one thing and do it well. But I think we're creative people, and I kept saying, like, what is this thing about this blog? Like, blogging just kept coming. A couple of years I would just put it away, and one night I just could not sleep, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start writing some ideas down. And that's what I did. I started, and I loved, we created a photography business, loved taking pictures. So I was like, you know what, I'm just start jotting some ideas down. after 10 years of allowing fear to consume me, I was like, this is enough. I cannot live like this. So I launched a blog. Launched a blog. The blog just immediately got really good results. I built the audience. I started working with different brands. People started paying me to blog and to write about my experience, whether it was a travel experience or some type of parenting or marriage blog posts. I've been paid to just give my reviews on. I've gone to restaurants. They've paid me to just write my reviews on restaurants. So I say all of this to say that no matter where you are right now in life, start doing it now. If you have an idea, if you even already have a business and you want to grow your business, or you want to identify a larger target audience for yourself, do it. Do it now. Spend 30 minutes a day. You may have a full-time job, or you may have other responsibilities where you may not be able to do your business all day long. Spend 30 minutes to an hour a day. And so
Absolutely.
that's a long introduction, but I just wanted to just give a little bit of background and to kind of put some
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Because what you talked about, a lot of us, we stay on the job. Our coach talks about staying after it's over. And so a lot of us do that. We stay after it's over. We stay too long.
Yeah.
And so, you talked about 10 years. Try 20, 30 years. You know? And so the fact that now you're doing what you want to do and loving what you're doing, that's it too. And I love that you said you told everybody who would listen what you wanted to do, because I truly believe that networks are better than cash. I mean, I preach that. So talking about, so you told us about, like, at a high level, how things went. So tell them about what happens now.
Right.
Like, what do you do?
Okay. What should they do? What do I do?
What do you do today?
Oh, absolutely. So today I continue to blog. So I started the blog 2 years ago, glamourandglue.com. And the blog is a lifestyle blog. So I blog about traveling, fashion, family, inspiration, parenting, marriage, etc. Pretty much my whole life. And I would do that anyway. I would be, kind of documenting that out. I love capturing photos and creating lifetime memories. But I actually joined a mastermind. I said, when I was doing my blog, I said, what can I do to help really level up and take my blog to the next level? And, I knew of bloggers, I knew about blogging, but I wanted to resonate and really build a community and join a community of people that could help really drive the blog and really help build it. And so that's what I did. I joined the mastermind. I continued to, continue blogging, but I started learning every day. I started learning something new every day about how to monetize my blog, how to create other products around the blog. And so after maybe like a year of procrastinating with that, there's a common theme here. After about a year of procrastinating, Linda, I realized I was sitting on a gift, and my gift of marketing was something that I needed to share with the world. There were people just like me that, who are small business owners, solopreneurs, who needed this marketing advice that I could provide, but I was just sitting on it. So through the blog, I did a survey similar to you. I surveyed my audience, and I asked them, I said, what content do you want to see? And I gave, tons of ideas, and marketing, social media, and branding were the top three. It was all, about how to drive and grow their business. So through the blog, I've been able to kind of leverage the content that people value most. And I just launched my first digital course at July 1st. So I'm excited. I have some people enrolled in the course, and I've been able to really just take the content and the experience and the expertise from my corporate background and from my teaching background and bring it to people that want to build their business and build their solopreneur ventures. So that's what I'm doing now.
Absolutely. That's great. I love
that
you talked about it all adds up. So like y'all the experiences previously, you're able to monetize now as a part of your course.
Absolutely. And you know, it's so funny because when you're going through a journey, you don't see the end result, right? Sometimes you may not even see what it will look like. And so as I'm in this corporate experience, working for these corporations and making these corporations a lot of money, when I'm working and teaching, you don't realize that all of this is for a reason. All of that, all of that networking and those, events that I go to meet people, to build those relationships, to teach. I taught for 8 years. I've taught both online and ground campus for University of Phoenix and University of Mount Olive, still teaching for University of Mount Olive. And so all of this experience just comes, like now when I'm building my content for my course, it comes easy. It's just like, it just comes really easy. It's work, I've had to shift my sleep patterns and wake up a lot earlier to get the work done. But when I'm doing it, I'm in a zone, and it brings me joy to know that there's someone out there that will be able to take what I know and build their businesses and go.
That is rewarding. I had like
Tuesday, I have a nurse practitioner who will go from having a dream to now walking into her space for grand opening. So that's the better feeling. So that's why in my symbol, I have the light bulb, and the light bulb represents people who finally realize that they actually have all they need to pursue whatever it is that God has given them to pursue.
Yeah, and that's what I found out. I realized, let me turn this so we can have a little bit more light. So I realized that as I was talking to, and I love to blog, but what I like most and what I've always enjoyed is helping people. And so by taking all of this experience that I have and sharing it, that help in being able to see people have wins because of knowledge shared, that's huge. That's huge.
Yes.
So I've just been honored to be able to share. I've been honored to be able to help people. And when I see clients, I have clients coming back and saying, Carla, that helped me so much, or I needed to hear that, or for, putting me in touch with X, Y, and Z person. Like, that makes me, like, I sleep well at night knowing that I've been able to help someone.
Absolutely. I same thing, because something as small as me telling a photographer how they can schedule using an application instead of emails where, are you available here? Are you available there? Something as simple as that made remarkable imprint on their business.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, today with technology, we struggle through for the first few minutes on this platform. But
this is an example.
It's hit or miss sometimes. But the beautiful thing about technology is there are ways now to make your life easier. There's ways now to be more efficient and effective in how you do your business and how you, you don't have to actively work to earn money or to help people out. And so with applications, apps that you mentioned, even, there's an app, and I'll share it right here, a social media app that I love called Planoly. And so oftentimes I'll spend 2 hours and I'll schedule all of my social media for like the next month. I'll go in and do it for like a month or two. And so I don't have to spend time every day posting on social media platforms. I use the app, schedule it out, and I'll go in and make sure I'm commenting back and replying and checking my DMs. But like, there are so many apps that can help us save time, save money, and sleep better.
Get more sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely, because I love multi-posters. Teaching people about Instagram, how to use Instagram appropriately. There are so many tools for small businesses to use to maximize when they monetize their business and their ideas. Yeah. So I want you to tell them, so how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah. So on my blog, I can be reached at glamourandglue.com. We post, weekly, and also I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Glamour and Glue for the blog side of the business. If they are interested in talking more about marketing, maybe they have guests have a business idea, or they already have a business and they want to just have a little bit of help with their marketing. I just launched the course, and it's courses by Carla.thinkific.com. I can put that over in the comments.
Please do.
Yeah. So they can reach me at Glamour and Glue or coursesbycarla.thinkific.com.
Absolutely. I'll make sure I put those there
as well as putting that out that you mentioned there as well.
Yeah.
But y'all make sure all of them is there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I asked for questions. My audience, they'll watch, but they kind of camera shy.
Please ask questions. I'm here. Just pick my brain.
So if you're marketing your business, all of you have businesses who are watching, what questions do you have about marketing your business? Like I can market expert here for you to answer your questions. So please see your questions. And she's here to answer your questions. I know one thing I run into all the time is they want to know, how do I find my people?
Yeah, I think there's one week. I want to go back to, you talked about avatar. I think it's really, really, really important to get clear about who you're trying to target. You're not trying to target everyone. You are trying to target people that value what you bring. They will pay, they will support, and they will become loyal to the product or service that you're delivering. Again, you're not targeting everybody, but you want that core group of people that value, whether it's a bakery or you're selling a book, you have a dry cleaning business, you have whatever it is. Like, you want those people to buy and value what you're selling, because they will become loyal customers, they'll become repeat customers, and they'll tell people about you. So
absolutely,
especially with marketing money, it's expensive to market. Having digital marketing campaigns, creating print advertisements, just marketing yourself, even on social media sometimes, or creating events. Linda, you mentioned you're going to have an event in January. It takes money. It takes money to market to people. And so I would say to really just get clear about who your target audience is, their age, what they enjoy doing, where they shop, what they spend time on, what they do for leisure, what brands do they like, and just get really clear about those people. Are they single? Are they married? Do they have children? What do they do? Maybe what do they do for a career? And just really just hone in on those details. And I think that'll help with targeting their customer.
And so we have a question.
So how do you brand your company?
Rebranding. Okay. Yeah. I think rebranding is really important if you are either trying to pivot and, either maybe extend your brand, or you just want to relaunch. You start slowly but surely creating, whether it's your logo or rebranding with colors or fonts or whatever design aesthetic you are trying and you want. Slowly but surely start creating all of that creative. Start putting, if it's a website, one great way to rebrand your company is to launch with a website. And websites today are not that expensive. You can either create a website on your own. You can also maybe hire an agency to create one for you. But the website is one way in which you can launch the site, but you can also rebrand and launch all of your social media if you have a blog attached to it. But really do some research, I would say, and find out what's current, meaning color palettes, fonts you want to use, whether the website has video, or find out what's current, because you don't want to have to rebrand a year from now. I mean, the expert research does say websites every 2 to 5 years, you're going to maybe do a rebrand or refresh. So that's fine, but you don't want to launch a site and 6 months from then you don't like it or it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I would say,
and so how important is it to have a website or a Facebook page or?
Good question, Linda. So years ago, I would have said it's really important to have a website, but I will say today it's absolutely imperative that you have some type of social media presence. If you have a business, whether, I'm not saying go out and create every social media channel there is, because your people might not be on Facebook. Your people might not be on Instagram. They may be on Twitter. They may be on Pinterest. So they may be on YouTube. So find out where your audience is. And if you have all the platforms, fine, but you invest the time where your people are. So if they're on Facebook, spend time curating that community on Facebook.
Absolutely.
So with social media, number one, hands down, have social media presence, because people are going on, they're spending time. The stats say people are spending time on Facebook. Like we already know, people are spending time on social media. Even global companies, when you're watching television advertisements, they're not saying go to such and such.com. They're saying what? Follow us on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. So because it's a lot, one, a lot of the platforms are free. Two, the content is a lot easier to upload and to manage on the social platforms than it is on a website. So I would say definitely have social media presence. A website, depending on your business, is important if you need long form content. So if you have a business where people can't really get all that they need on social, I would say complement your social media presence with a website.
That's good information. So Stephanie said, for her, she's just starting out, and yet she's working with Linda. So for her, it's actually trying to understand her initial market of who she is and what it is she's offering.
She's trying to understand who she is.
You're right. Because we run into a small business, a lot of them have a lot of ideas about what they're offering. And so it's about the marketing piece, as far as we talk about, well, who are you looking for? And they're not really clear on exactly what it is they're offering to determine who they're looking for.
Okay. So I would say what you should offer is what comes kind of natural for you. So what experiences have you already had? For example, for me, I already had a marketing background and I love marketing. And so I started a marketing agency and now starting marketing courses because it's experience that I had. I love sharing it and it came easy. So think about like something, and it wasn't about money for me, but it was about how can I impact and help someone else? What value can I bring to people that'll help change their lives, that'll help create a lifestyle for them where they're not struggling every day, or they're not having to be chained to a situation that is not maybe healthy for them, or somewhere that they're not growing and thriving and enjoying. So I would say, Stephanie, think about what do you enjoy doing? What comes easy for you? Like, whether it's something that you just, I don't know, what do you do like on Saturday? Like when nobody's watching or you're not getting paid to do it. What are some things that you just enjoy doing? And think about how can you package those things to help other people and to serve other people.
And I'd like to talk about your online course, because a lot of times we think in a box, like we think about nobody's supporting me locally. I hear that so much from startups. Nobody's supporting me locally. Yeah. But the true thing about, because we have social media, we should think bigger than that.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. And I shared it with you earlier, but I'll say it again for those that just joined. I did not quite understand the significance of online courses or people say, well, I can't find a mentor. Mentors are everywhere. Your market, I have people that are connected with me over on the other coast. I live in North Carolina. I have clients and people over in California. I don't fly to see them. We do Zoom, we do social media, we jump on Slack. So because of digital technology today, you're welcome, Stephanie. Because of digital technology today, you don't really have to have local support. It would be great if you did, but somebody that needs your business could be in another country, in another state. With an online course, they could be anywhere. And they can, they don't have to be down the street or around the corner. They can be over in another continent, and I'm happy to help them wherever they are.
And that's the thing is because sometimes people in your city, in your local area know you, and they've already put you in a box over here. So it's hard for them to try to they're professional what? So sometimes you have to have proof of concept more stronger with people who know you than you do with people, the strangers that meet you.
Absolutely. I would agree. Some of my students that have enrolled in the course, I've only known them for a year. I've only known them for probably less than a year, actually. But I think sometimes people try to find an excuse sometimes not to support people. And that's fine. But I would say find someone that you can trust. Find someone that can help you, and take a risk. Take a calculated risk, but take a risk. Invest in yourself. If you're a small business owner and you are not sleeping at night because you have more to offer the world, you have to invest in yourself. Invest in your business and watch the return. You can't just, when I learned this years ago, when you know better, you have to do better.
Right there. Absolutely. And the onus is on us as business owners to present our best selves to our public, to our customers. And so that costs. I mean, I understand all the freebies. So I give free information. I can tell you what freebies are all day. But the freebies are not designed to help you make money. They're designed to help you get started. That's it.
Yeah. And I would just say again, start now. Do 30 minutes a day, and don't, prioritize yourself. Sometimes we have so many responsibilities as, an employer, an employee, as a mom, a wife, or this or that and the other, and we'll wait until the end of the day. Some people are night owls, and that's fine, and so invest your time then. But if you know at the end of the day that you are not your best self, don't wait till the end of the day to invest in your time, that 30 minutes for yourself. Start, maybe start first thing in the morning. If you have to be to work by, 8 a.m., get up 30 minutes earlier so you can start investing in your business, in yourself, first thing in the morning. If you're already a business owner and let's just say you eat out for lunch every day, well, maybe not, eat out or maybe instead of going out by yourself, invite a potential business partner or a brand or sponsor that you want to work with. Invite them to lunch. Pay for lunch in exchange for their time, and have a business meeting. Or, maybe have a Friday is a great day to start do some networking. Have a networking lunch, and pick someone's brain. So there's always ways to take your time and use it wisely while you're building your business, and while you're also reinvesting back into yourself.
Absolutely. It's important. And even in the,
so I get to pick your brain.
I get the advice there a lot.
Yeah.
The coffee and pick your brain. But here's the thing about that. If you will not receive a return on investment that you didn't make.
Absolutely.
So if you're wanting
to pick someone's brain, respect their craft.
And at least take them an hour to spend a couple of hours with it. At least do the courtesy of paying them for the first hour.
Absolutely. And I agree. I mean, whenever you are trying to get a return on something, you have to put in the time. You have to put in the work, and the work may be sacrificing, instead of Netflix, you're learning something and reinvesting back into yourself. You're reading business articles, or you're reading the next my goal is to learn something new every day. Whether it's listening to a podcast, or reading a book, or listening to an audiobook. I get a lot of inspiration by looking at magazines. And so your goal should be to learn something new every day. But like when you are picking someone's brain, come to the table with maybe something that you can offer them. And as small business owners, I think it's important to continue to build, continue to learn, and continue to give back. And I always offer up my services. I volunteer at my church, and I volunteer by offering my marketing services. And so that's a way that I give back. But I think it is important for people to support people. I think it's important for people to pay people, because it means that you value their gift and you value
Absolutely. That is the greatest way of showing you value them, is to pay for their service.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I've taken too much of your time between me and technology. It's just giving so many good nuggets. I could keep them. Just feeding it to my audience, because they really need, because I want people to understand how to find avatar and how to market. Stop getting your money marketing across on everybody, and just focusing on that focal group that is your 18 to 20% of those market. So this is what this is for, and she's told you how to get into her. And like I said, she has ESPN, she has the NBA, the NFL, she has all these big brands that you all know that she's done work for. So do you think you should do something for your brand? I'm kind of thinking, yeah. And so, like I said, I thank you for accepting my invitation to come. And thank you for just sharing your knowledge with us and helping us to get our marketing game correct. I hope and trust that people will reach out to you. Her name is Carla Williams. You're Carla Williams on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, so Carla Williams on Facebook. You see her link here. Go ahead and like her and get in her inbox and find out how to get with her. I'm going to also post that information here for you. So if you inbox me your contact information, then I'm definitely going to do that. Marshawn says awesome information.
Oh, good. Thank you, Marshawn. Thank you. Thank you for joining tonight.
Absolutely. So want people to reach out to you and get their marketing game. I am a business coach, so I see the big picture. I love that I have resources like yourself who are experts in marketing, because I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane. I help you get formed. And then I send them to people like you for the marketing piece when they need to go deeper than the overview.
Teamwork. It's
teamwork. Absolutely. That's how it works. Yes, so thank you again. And so if you all didn't ask your questions, go ahead and post them in this post. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay, and then let us know that you've seen it. If you have any questions, I'm going to post it here later, so you will get the information on how to contact her and how to work with her. I hope that you take your marketing game up higher. So thank you, because you're marketing. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. It's been my Thank you so much.
But thank you so much, Carla.
You have been a jewel, and we have a lot of great information we can use.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
So have a good
night. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So you all are still here.
Next week, which is the 20th, I'm going to have Maria Stanfield. Maria Stanfield is the push party she's the push party in DC. So if you haven't heard about the push party, you're going to want to hang around next week when I bring Maria Stanfield. The week following that, all of you who have ideas, gadgets, and things that you've created, I'm going to have the kit. They're not only going to talk about the restroom kit and how they got $10,000 from Steve Harvey on Thunderdome. They're actually going to talk about how you can get your idea to the market. So if you're a creator of a product that you've invented, they're going to teach you about the patent process and all of that. And they actually work with people who are inventors. They're going to be on the 27th. So mark your calendar. Next week it will be Maria Stanfield, and she'll talk about the push party that's going on August 3rd. And then the following week, we'll have that couple, which is Bill and Sonia Massey. They're going to come on and tell you how they went from an idea in their head to the Thunderdome with Steve Harvey giving them $10,000 to help further their business. They're also going to tell you about their other business where they help inventors get their products and services to the marketplace. So you're going to want to hang around here. These are Sunday nights at 7. I'm going to show them actually on Saturday. So these will be 2 Saturdays. We're going to do some special things for the next 2 weeks. You won't see the business mixer on Sunday night. You'll actually see it on Saturday at 3. So you'll see them up in the day at 3 o'clock here at the LSMB Business Solutions page on the 20th and the 27th. You'll see both of them if you come back. So stay tuned. Make sure you like the page so you can see when we're on and then jump on and just get this knowledge. My name is Linda Murray Bullitt. They call me the business plug. I just plugged you in to marketing, honey. That girl with NBA, ESPN, all those big name brands, 20th Century Fox. Who does that? Anyway, you are here, and go back and look at the replay. Have a great one.